What's going on, guys? All right, so today I want to talk to you about pre-workouts. Now, the thing why I wanted to make this video was, there are a few friends of mine who are trying to, take in or trying to attempt to buy pre-workouts, and there are like 1,000 ingredients that you can add in a pre-workout, right? I mean, I'm sure a few of you guys who already know that, but a lot of the guys, they don't know what to actually take or what to consider when you are trying to buy a pre-workout and what you should be looking out for. The ingredients that you should, the ingredients, sorry, the ingredients that you know will work and the ingredients that you know that's not going to work in a pre-workout. So what I have listed down is top 5 ingredients of pre-workouts that definitely works and top 5 which doesn't work. So let's get to it. Before I start all this, I want to tell you guys the first and foremost thing when you try and buy a pre-workout, please do not go and buy any pre-workout which says proprietary blends. Now, this is a very easy way for supplement companies, whoever is trying to market these supplements, to say that okay, we have all these ingredients, but we're not just going to disclose the dosage of these ingredients that we have added. That means, let's say something very important like citrulline malate. They may say, okay, this citrulline malate, arginine, agmatine sulfate, blah blah blah, all these, 6 grams. Now you don't know how much of citrulline malate does it have, how much of arginine does it have, and how much of agmatine sulfate does it have. So you'll be like, oh God, I mean, this is awesome, energy and pump matrix, citrulline malate, blah blah blah. But guys, if it's proprietary blend, please stay away from it because you do not know what you're getting into. So I would definitely only recommend those brands for you guys to try at least in a pre-workout which is not a proprietary blend. At least 90 to 95% of its ingredients are properly mentioned in its label, which is very important, guys, because pre-workouts are not cheap supplements. Because pre-workout, a 30 serving of a pre-workout may cost you in India about like 2.5 to 3,000 rupees, right? And something which is imported from outside, oh God, that's gonna be like 4,000 rupees maybe for a 30 serving tub. So that's why I want you guys to keep this in mind. Now, this may be a longer video because I have to go through, what I think is the best for you in a pre-workout and what I think is not good in a pre-workout. Now, what I think is best in a pre-workout is because, there would be some clinical research or some clinical studies that's been done on these ingredients and how they work. And there would be a lot of them which do not work because the clinical studies on that in a pre-workout supplement is very less, or the ingredient itself does not provide a lot of information out there or research out there to prove that this works. So that is why I'm putting this video up for you guys. Now, top 5 ingredients, right? So the first ingredient that you should look for in your pre-workout is citrulline malate. All right, so why citrulline malate? Citrulline malate, no, basically first let me tell you what is citrulline malate. Citrulline malate is basically a combination of L-citrulline, which is the amino acid, and malic acid, right? So this is a combination, and what it does, it boosts your ATP levels in your body. So ATP, creatine is known to boost your ATP levels. Now citrulline malate does exactly the same thing, but in a pre-workout, citrulline malate is considered to be the top boss, right? Because what it does, I mean, okay, before that, what is ATP, right? I mean, most of you guys, I'm not sure if you know it. ATP is known to, pull nutrients in your body, pull those water in your body, give you that boost, give you that strength, and also, it helps you reduce your muscle fatigue, right? So this is all clinically studied, guys. You can look into citrulline malate and what it does. So citrulline malate is the number 1 on my list, when you want to consider buying a pre-workout. Now, the second thing that you should be looking for, what is the clinical dosage when it comes to these ingredients, right? I'm going to mention that too. So in citrulline malate, it has to be at least 4 grams, right? That is the right clinical dosage of citrulline malate in your pre-workout. It could be anything between 4 to 8, but again, if it's like 8 grams, then your scoop is going to be pretty big. You know, if it's just a citrulline malate of 8 grams, so 4 grams is pretty good. I think it's a decent, ingredient in a pre-workout. Now, the next one that I'm going to talk to you about is beta alanine. Now, beta alanine, when it combines or when it's included with citrulline malate, it is known to give you very good results. Like, again, these two ingredients, mainly what it does, it helps you reduce your fatigue in your body. Now, what happens when you reduce fatigue? It helps you train more, guys. It helps you to take more reps, more sets. That means more pumps. So that is exactly what it does, these two ingredients put together. Now, beta alanine, the clinical dosage that you should be looking for is at least 3.2 grams. Now, it says that in clinical dosage, it should be anything between 3 to 5 grams in your pre-workout supplement, but 3.2 is spot on. All right. So now, next I'm going to go through is the most common in your pre-workout supplement, which is number 3, and that is caffeine. So, caffeine, you guys would know what caffeine does. Even if you take, let's say, your Red Bull, which has caffeine, like 75 mg of caffeine, I think. And if you take a coffee, what it does, it boosts your energy levels. If you're sleepy, it just kicks you out of it. So that is what caffeine does. But even though caffeine is a very good ingredient in a pre-workout, I would say don't go anything above 300 mg in a pre-workout caffeine. But 200 is supposed to be your sweet spot, but some people, they develop tolerance for caffeine. So 300 mg, don't go above that. If you still don't feel caffeine, and you're a constant user of pre-workouts, then cycle it, because the best way to use pre-workout is to cycle it, guys. Don't go ahead and use pre-workouts like it's your daily staple. That is not going to work, because your body is going to develop that tolerance against caffeine. Now, there are only two things that you can do. One is up the caffeine. Not a good idea. Not at all, because what caffeine does, it causes irritability, anxiety, and it's also known to cause heart attacks. You definitely don't want that. Trust me. In your gym, you don't want to lift weights and go. That's a big no. So caffeine, like I said, make sure it's anything between 200 and 300 mg. That would be perfect for you. Now, the last ingredient. Oh no, not the last. The fourth. The fourth ingredient that I want to talk about is beta-9. No, betaine, right? So betaine is known to boost your muscular endurance. Now, there are clinical research behind it. You can go ahead and search. There would be a lot of supplement companies which says betaine does not work, but there are research promoting that it does work. What it does is it boosts your muscle endurance and increase strength. So that is what betaine does. And the clinical dosage of betaine is anything or any dosage between 1.25 grams to 2.5 grams. Now, another couple of things that does add, to your pre-workout is bioprene. Now, bioprene is nothing but your black pepper. Now, what does black pepper do? It helps you with maximum absorption. So if you see that, they have bioprene in the pre-workout, it is top notch, because it's supposed to give 95% absorption of all these ingredients that I mentioned into your body. Another very small ingredient but very important in a pre-workout supplement is vitamin B12. Now, vitamin B12 is known to enhance your recovery. It helps you elevate your mood, then it helps you with your cognitive function. So and 500 micrograms of vitamin B12 would be, I would consider as a very good supplement to, very good pre-workout to add, because they know what they're doing if they are adding bioprene and vitamin B12 in their pre-workout supplement. So that completes it, guys. That is the top 5 that I thought, maybe you guys should know what you should be looking into a pre-workout. Now, let me go through the top 5 which I think should be absolutely avoided in a pre-workout, because it may not have the clinical research study for a pre-workout to work well, or it just doesn't work at all. All right, so the first one that I have is creatine monohydrate. So you guys must be thinking, what the hell am I talking about? Well, I'll tell you what am I talking about. Creatine monohydrate is one of the most researched supplement in the industry, period. okay, more than your whey protein or whatever. It's known to give you that muscle endurance and muscle strength and volume in your body. Now, what does creatine do? I have a completely different video for that, what is creatine and all that stuff. Now, why am I saying that creatine is not recommended is simply because creatine is best taken post workout. Pre-workout, it's not going to help you guys, because creatine needs to saturate in your body. 5 grams of creatine every day gets your body to saturate, and that's when you will actually notice the difference or the change what creatine brings into your body. Now, since you have to cycle pre-workouts, I would definitely not recommend creatine. Creatine works gradually. It does not work like your citrulline malate, or it does not work like your beta alanine. It needs to be there in your body constantly. So creatine, thumbs down from me. So yeah, that is what it is. You can check on creatine. A lot of companies do promote creatine, but I would definitely recommend, when you're spending 3,000 to 4,000 rupees for your pre-workout, creatine being the one of the most cheapest supplement, please do not go with pre-workouts that has creatine. Maybe a 1 gram of creatine is not going to do harm, but some people, they do add 2 to 3 grams of creatine. That is a total waste of your money, because that's a very cheap supplement and you're paying more for getting those creatine in your pre-workouts. So stay away from it, guys. Now, number 2 in my list, agmatine sulfate. Now, agmatine sulfate, there are lots of companies again promoting agmatine sulfate. There is absolutely no research. Okay, let me be very clear. You can check on the internet, Google it, do whatever shit that you want to do, but there is no research proving that agmatine sulfate does anything for your enhancing performance. People say that enhance performance and all that shit, but it does not work. Let me tell you that it does not give you enhanced performance, no recovery, no mood elevation, nothing. So agmatine sulfate, thumbs down. Stay away from supplements which has agmatine sulfate. The next, arginine. So arginine, you guys might argue, it gives you that nitrous oxide boost and all that stuff, but it does not. There is again no research behind it to prove that arginine does give you. Now, it's said that L-arginine is a precursor, for your nitric oxide and all that stuff, but you can prove me wrong, but this is my take. This is something that I found, which does not work. So a lot of guys may agree, may not agree to me, but this is what I think. Arginine, stay away from it, because when you combine arginine and citrulline malate, which basically is supposed to do the same thing, arginine does not work. So no arginine, okay? Now, fourth one that I wanted to tell you guys is about yohimbe. So this is an ancient root extract. It has more side effects than helping you with your helping you in your workouts, because what it does, when the dosage of yohimbe is higher than the clinical dosage. I think the clinical dosage is around a gram, if I'm not wrong, but some people, they do add 2 to 2.5 grams. Now what it does, guys, it helps you with, actually, that's not help, it actually gives you panic attacks. It's known to give panic attacks. It's supposed to not even give you a mood elevation. It will make you go freaking crazy. So don't look into any supplements or any pre-workout with yohimbe. Now, the last one that I have, the fifth one, is, I don't know if you guys know about this, but it's DMAA. Sorry, I'm not feeling too well, but I'm still making this video.